But to hold a donkey there, there's no guidance, no direction. It's withheld. And I noticed as the Prime Minister began to speak and speak, now the donkey was let loose, and he was going he had a compass on him, and he was going in a direction, and he was becoming a lot more expressive. And I'm listening to the dreams, I'm listening to his visions. I'm listening, and I'm yet to hear those visions. I'm yet to hear. And I listened to Mr. Corby, to the dreams. I'm listening to his dreams. And he seems to have very good dreams, actually. He seems to have very good dreams and very good visions of an England where people can accept the changes. That's what I was hearing him say too. Hey folks, stop, get over it now. Get over it. The world has moved on. Changes are at hand. We can't keep living in the past and wanting the comfort of a past that really didn't work for us. The past was never in our favour. So get over it now. That's practically, look around, see the changes and work with the changes and see how we can make it better for ourselves in the long run, that we can get that benefit. If we take too long, we may just lose out as a nation of people. Don't be too prideful. Take the correction now. Save face now. Humble now. Yes, the Roman Empire, they didn't get through because they didn't want to accept the changes. Changes was happening. They resist the changes. It's written up. So they crumbled. Okay, so the old shall dream on, and the young shall have visions. So I have visions and I have dreams, so I'm in between. So then said Jesus, I see so many of these buildings being knocked down. So many of these buildings, and I want England. I'm going to change the whole of England. I'm going to look at England and I'm going to knock down every single building and the whole structure, the whole infrastructure. And I've already got visions of a really beautiful place, different type of building, a different type of transportation, different communication. Yeah, I see a real beauty coming on right now. And I say, wow, why are they still thinking this way? Doesn't the mind just climb a bit higher and just peep over the mountain tops to see if the clouds are coming or something like that? Do they think this is it? This is the only existence? Come on, man. There's a higher existence. There's a right? Can I say something to you folks? That we're living on this earth. We call it the earth. Okay, we're living on the star, the planet, whatever the Lord may call it. And we may think that this is the only existence, but can I tell you that this is the perception, this is the consciousness, this is the frequency band that we're at. They say that owls have very good eyesight in the night time. They say that dogs have a hearing range far beyond what we can hear. Okay, so when you're hearing me, the dogs are hearing something else. And I notice, okay, and it seems like I'm bragging, but no, folks, we're all getting there. I walk through the fields, and the dogs, they stop and they're looking at me, and they come around and they play around me, and I'm like, what are they seeing? What are they seeing? Right? And I was on the train, the underground train, going through Gloucester, going through South Kensington, Gloucester, central London. And I was just thinking something about the dog, and the dog just got up and came to me, responded to what I was thinking, and the people started to laugh. So I just said to the dog, I said in my mind, you've come across, have you? I said, okay, dog, you're a fine-looking dog. I was just admiring your fur, and I really think you're a handsome dog. And the dog just walked off. The dog just walked off. No doubt he was a male dog, and, women's not supposed to give compliments, so he just walked off. But things are changing. Things are changing, and the animals are perceiving what humans cannot perceive. Because he picked up my thought. And a few days ago, I was walking, and this cat just ran across the road, and walked in front of me, and then the cat just stopped and looked around at me and started to walk, and then looked around at me as if to say, what's the matter? What is it? What's the matter? And he kept looking, and then he turned, and then he walked out. So he must have caught my thinking, something I was thinking. And as I saw the cat run across the road, and maybe I was thinking, these cats, they take chances as they run across the road, because the car could just come by. And it ran across the road, and then it stopped, and he kept looking at me like a real person. He kept looking, turning around and saying, what's wrong? What's wrong? The cat caught my thoughts. The cat caught my thoughts. So the animals, and I could tell you too, if horses, they're another one that catches my thought. So the animals are much more advanced in their communication, and they're in another type of awareness. And what I'm saying to you, we may think that this is the only existence, but on the earth itself, there could be a supreme existence here too. Okay, it's just that we are not in that awareness, in that consciousness, and they are probably not in our consciousness. And you may say, how can that be? But everything is energy. The brick is an energy. The brick is just compact, vibrating energy, and we perceive it as dense. Okay, you're hearing my voice and you're perceiving who I am by my voice. Okay, the dogs are hearing in a higher range, so they have a different perception. The dog, I went out in the fields walking, and the dog there ran and looking at me, and he's looking at me, and he's looking at me. So I wave at the dog. I don't know what the dog is seeing. And another dog comes bolting behind me and starts to run around my legs, and I start to scream out because I didn't expect this in the middle of the fields. And the dog is jumping up on me. I raise up my hand and he's jumping up. Strange dog. I've never seen the dog. So I don't know what they're seeing. But the dogs are seeing something around me or seeing something on me, and it gets them excited and they become playful. So that's one good thing. Whatever they're seeing, they become really friendly at me. So there is another perception and something else that they can see that I cannot see. Right? So there could be right here a beautiful world, a beautiful existence in our midst. And sometime I see it. Sometime I can see this beautiful existence. And I just want to zap down the whole of England and bring in this beautiful, beautiful existence, a beautiful transportation. All right, you can get from one end of London to the other end of London in the daytime with smoothness, unhindered. And I just see so much versatility, so much conveniences, and people coming together and enjoying themselves. In London, there's a song there, let me take you by the hand and show you through the streets of London. I'll show you something there to make you change your mind. London's a very lonely place, and even outside London, it's a very lonely place. You're on the street there, you very rarely know your neighbors. You're walking along the road, people very rarely say hello to you. Yeah, and the place is filled with houses and homes, and yet you're so alone. You're so alone, you don't know anybody. Nobody talks, nobody gets together. You go in the shops, you fill the shops, Sainsbury's, Asda, Tesco's, and you see the families with their children and that, but still, nobody acknowledges one another. Bustle, 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 and we sit on the bus. Nobody acknowledges one another. We walk in the roads, and even when you go in the shops and you buy, maybe the shopkeeper will nod their head, but no one really acknowledges. London's a real lonesome place. It's a real let me take you by the hand and show you through the streets of London. I'll show you something there to make you change your mind. I want to do some events in the parks there. I want cultural arts and culture. So I want people to come out with all their different culture and their arts and to express themselves, to draw the community together and to bring more friendship, more warmth, more creativity. But what I find though is that the English people, they get jealous and they bop you on the head. They stop people from being creative. But I'm going to say from this moment onwards, the different people of the community shall come out, and they shall have festive, the Feast of Pentecost. They shall have festive in the parks. They shall use the parks and have festivals, and we shall come together and get to know one another. And then the prosperity of the land will increase, because when you have happy workers, you have a happy production line. Okay, so now I'll try to play another tune here, and I'm going to play Pass Me By, Pass Me Not, just to give a break on my singing, on my speech here. Pass me not. So, folks, I hope that I still got some listeners out there, and I'm telling you that we're entering into a new consciousness. I'm saying to you that we're entering into the awareness of the kingdom of God, and that we should be prepared.